So where were you on the morning of the 19th of May?
When Miss Wainwright was murdered, I was having some wine with Happy Nappy and Lola Glamar. I think my best mate, Lola Glamar and Alex Sang and Pinky the cowgirl murdered Miss Wainwright. They all left the room. I met all my friends and I wouldn't have hurt Mrs. Wainwright at all. She was one of the best teachers. She was my reception teacher.
Jacob, what were you doing on the morning of the 19th of May when the murder took place?
Well, I was just at a party with my old classmates from my old school. And we were eating sweets and we were listening to music. I was talking to my old friend who was called Bob Smith and now is called Detective Bob Smith. And when I was 5, I was in her class and I did not ever want to kill her or hate her. I never not like her, and she was a very kind teacher. She definitely not deserve to die.
Thank you, that will be all. Now thank you everyone, that has really helped me this morning in my investigations. Really brought some things to light, and I hope it's helped you as well. Now yesterday Miss Whale gave me these that you did, the suspect sheets, and these have been very interesting as well. Thank you very much for these, because these have really helped me when you wrote down who the suspect is and the evidence. There's a lot of thinking going on there. But now is the time to come to a final decision. So your task this morning is this. Based on the evidence and the alibis that you've heard, I would like you now to think who you think murdered Mrs. Wainwright. But not only do I want you to say who did it, I want you to write down why. What was the motive? Why did they want to kill Mrs. Wainwright in the first place? Perhaps the homework was too hard, Pinky. Perhaps the spellings were too difficult. Who do you think had a motive to kill Mrs. Wainwright? Let's also think back to the evidence. The things we found at the scene of the crime. A pink feather boa, which some of you said could have belonged to Lola Glamar. Was it Lola Glamar? Did she have an alibi to kill Mrs. Wainwright? The milk that was found. And Alex did protest quite a lot yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah.
He said he wouldn't have picked it up if it had have been him, but he did go on quite a lot, didn't he, about it? Was it Alex? And of course, and there's Pinky with her neckerchief. She did actually say that she didn't like Mrs. Wainwright, didn't she? So bear that in mind. And of course the sea creatures, no other than Professor Jellyfish would only carry such things. Did Professor Jellyfish have a motive to murder Mrs. Wainwright?
No. Yes.
No. I would like you to go and write me a report. I only want one final suspect from you. And I want you to say why you think they did it and what evidence you have. That will be all.